Welcome to Hearts in Harmony. We share knowledge and tips on healthy sex, helping couples and spouses bond, understand each other better, and enjoy a happy, fulfilling life. From exploring the stages of making love to important notes, Hearts in Harmony gives you the confidence and inspiration to love and care for your partner to the fullest. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to join Hearts in Harmony on the journey to build a strong and happy love. Share the video with your loved ones to inspire love and understanding for every couple. How to last longer in sex to improve premature ejaculation. How to last longer in sex is one of the bedtime secrets that men are always looking for to satisfy their own needs as well as their partners. So how to prolong these intense moments of ecstasy? Below, Hearts in Harmony would like to whisper to you an effective method, helping men confidently and courageously enter every love affair. Men with premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, or the top doesn't listen to the bottom, all make men really afraid every time they go into battle. This condition is a very normal physiological manifestation of the body, but makes you become self-conscious and unsatisfied in each of your love affairs. Below are methods to help men quickly and effectively improve this condition. If your little guy is often disobedient, then your physiological function is having some problem. Therefore, learning the following ways will help men temporarily put aside their worries and regain their form in the bedroom. Maintain a confident state of mind when entering the game. Many men have a fearful and worried mindset before entering the game because they are weak or cannot satisfy their partner. This greatly affects your psychology and they decide your ability to have sex throughout the process. Shyness and fear make you lose confidence and are afraid to get close to your partner. Excessive stress makes it difficult for the penis to become erect and leads to quick ejaculation. Therefore, maintaining your form, believing in yourself, and preparing yourself mentally to enter the game will make your lovemaking much better. Distract your thoughts how to have sex for a long time. In contrast to the shy mindset when entering the game, many men are often too excited, confident, and focus too much on sex. This causes the central nervous system to stimulate the secretion of many hormones, causing you to quickly reach climax and at the same time ejaculate prematurely, especially in men with erectile dysfunction. Therefore, as soon as you enter lovemaking, keep a comfortable and natural mood. Do not pay too much attention to this issue. Instead, you can distract your thoughts to other issues, caress and chat with your partner to reduce the feeling of excitement at the tip of the penis, preventing the risk of premature ejaculation. Focus on good foreplay. Foreplay is always a very important step for both men and women during sex. They help stimulate the male and female body to want to make love. If you do not perform this step or just do it carelessly, the body will not reach orgasm and the penis will have difficulty getting an erection. This is also the reason why lovemaking is not complete and ejaculation occurs more quickly. During foreplay, you should stimulate the other person's sensitive areas to easily arouse sexual desire. At the same time, you also need to pay attention to the penis's reaction. When you feel excited and your penis has the necessary hardness, then proceed with intercourse. For men with erectile dysfunction or premature ejaculation, you should pay attention not to let the foreplay last too long. If the emotions are pushed too high, it will cause the sperm to ejaculate early before entering the battle. Therefore, the best way to have a long-lasting relationship is for men not to be impatient, but to prepare a good foreplay to inspire them. However, do not forget to enter at the right time. The most suitable foreplay time is about 15 minutes. How to have a long-lasting relationship using drugs. A quick solution to help men not worry too much about having a long-lasting relationship is to use erectile dysfunction support drugs. Currently, this drug is very popular on the market, including many famous names such as Fuji Sumo, Estromen, Fresh Oyster Essence, etc. These drugs work very quickly, after only a few hours of use or continuous use for several months. However, these erectile dysfunction support products also have many side effects on men's health. In addition to prolonging the time of intercourse by making the penis erect for a long time, the drug can also cause erectile dysfunction, or the penis cannot be lowered after ejaculation, etc. Especially for men with cardiovascular diseases, abdominal obesity, they should not use or abuse this drug. You can use food groups such as Stamina RX Testabos instead. Longer-lasting sex with condoms. Using condoms brings many benefits to men. They help prolong sex, prevent pregnancy, and especially help prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Condoms often contain a small amount of anesthetic used in medicine. They temporarily numb the skin of the foreskin, thereby helping men restrain pleasure and ejaculation, prolonging your sex time. In addition, the lubricant in condoms will help the sex process take place more easily and smoothly. Help her climax right during foreplay. The purpose of maintaining a long relationship is often to satisfy your partner when unfortunately the man finishes first. Therefore, gentlemen can help women finish earlier than themselves right at the time of foreplay. When her desire decreases, men will prevent premature ejaculation better. However, having sex after a woman has reached orgasm can cause pain because the private area at this time limits the secretion of vaginal lubricants. Therefore, you need to pay close attention to gentle sex, combined with caressing movements all over the body to make her more comfortable. Try changing to a new sex position. Choosing the right sex position has a significant effect on men's ability to control ejaculation. Specifically, if in a sex position where the penis is rubbed too much against the vagina, the intercourse process will be shortened because men are prone to ejaculating in this situation. Therefore, to increase the endurance of the penis and create a new atmosphere for your partner, you can regularly change sex positions. At the same time, you also need to choose the least painful positions right at the beginning of the battle. When there are signs that you want to ejaculate but do not want to finish, immediately change to sex positions with less contact. To avoid interruptions in lovemaking, you can discuss with your partner before doing it. Follow the 3 shallow 1 deep principle to help her climax. This is one of the methods that experts highly appreciate and recommend men to apply, especially those who often suffer from premature ejaculation. During sex, if you thrust your penis into the vagina with strong and fast intensity, premature ejaculation is inevitable. To restrain this, you should have sex according to the 3 shallow 1 deep strategy. That is, insert it 3 times at a shallow level, and then insert the penis deep into the vagina once more. This method helps to precisely control pleasure, but still does not reduce the excitement of your partner, and women will gradually climax accordingly. When you feel both sides are satisfied, you should increase the speed and finish early within about 1 minute. Pay attention to determining the key moment to help both people reach climax at the same time. Oral sex, a way to have sex for a long time that cannot be missed. Compared to putting the penis into the vagina, using the tongue and mouth will help them have much less friction. Therefore, oral sex not only helps men increase the feeling of novelty, but also helps the penis become more erect and limits ejaculation. Before the battle, we should perform oral sex for about 10 minutes. Then when you are excited enough, you can let your little guy officially go into battle. During the process of intercourse, combine changing many love positions to increase the effectiveness. Reduce the impact and concentration on the brain. According to scientific studies on couples having sex and the results, if men avoid thinking about sex or climaxing during battle, the possibility of them having premature ejaculation will be significantly reduced. Therefore, you should practice some methods to help distract the brain's attention, such as counting, listening to music, etc. When the brain is working on other things, the amount of blood flowing to the penis will automatically decrease, leading to controlled excitement, thereby inhibiting ejaculation. Drink hot ginger tea before making love. Ginger is a natural herb with many positive effects on health and is also widely used to treat and improve diseases. Ginger contains the active ingredient gingiberine, which helps increase blood circulation. Therefore, before having sex, men can drink a cup of hot ginger tea to stimulate the penis to stay erect longer, which is also a very effective way to treat premature ejaculation without using drugs. Active ingredients in ginger help men last longer during sex. Active ingredients in ginger help men last longer during sex. To ensure that ginger tea has the best effect during sex, you should drink it about 1 hour in advance. If you do not use ginger tea, you can completely take sliced fresh ginger to suck on. Masturbation is the perfect way to last longer during sex. Masturbation is considered a good solution chosen by many men when they do not want to ejaculate early during sex. Masturbating properly will help the penis stay erect longer, limiting premature ejaculation. However, if you do it incorrectly, you may experience erectile dysfunction, loss of sensation during sex, and no longer want to be close to your partner. The most suitable frequency for men is to only masturbate about 2 times a week to help the penis become more stable and relieve the need to ejaculate. At the same time, masturbation is only beneficial when you do it a few hours before sex. Then it can reduce the sensitivity of the penis. Thanks to that, the time of intercourse is extended, the mood of wanting to ejaculate is also gone. How to have sex for a long time by controlling the reaction of wanting to ejaculate. Our lovemaking often goes through stages such as stimulation, increased pleasure, climax, ejaculation. To prolong the time of intercourse, men need to learn the habit of controlling the desire to ejaculate right when the pleasure begins to rise. If you let your emotions push you to the peak state, it is very difficult to control your desire. Specifically, when you feel the time to climax is coming, men can completely slow down the relationship, not rush, be too strong or too focused like before. Instead, you should breathe evenly. Stop to caress your partner until the feeling of excitement passes, and then continue making love as before. Actively practice Kegel exercises to increase erection time. The pubococcygeus muscle has a direct impact on the sexual ability of men, so Kegel exercises that directly affect this muscle group will help men a lot in improving ejaculation time. Kegel muscle exercises. Exercises specifically for men to increase vitality. Kegel muscle exercises. Exercises specifically for men to increase vitality. The benefits of regular Kegel exercises that men will achieve are significantly improved health, increased body flexibility, prevent premature ejaculation, and help prolong lovemaking. The penis can stay erect longer, easily achieving pleasure for both sides. Men are always confident and ready to join in. Pinching the tip of the penis. A small tip to help improve ejaculation. Many men are afraid to do this because they are afraid of pain, but if you are too excited, don't forget to use this method to quickly control your desire. When the tip of the penis is pinched, it will cause pain in the urethra and the entire penis. At that time, the amount of blood transmitted here is dispersed and helps men reduce excitement. The ejaculation reflex is temporarily stopped. However, you should only pinch the tip of the penis with moderate force so as not to cause injury. In addition, pinching too painfully will also cause the penis to go limp immediately. This method should not be applied regularly because it can easily cause a reaction of resistance. Supplementing foods to help prolong ejaculation. Food supplements are also one of the reasons why men can do it better. There are many foods that help increase testosterone levels, increase blood circulation, and improve intercourse time, such as duck eggs, oysters, bean sprouts, onions, etc. In addition, eating foods according to a standard and scientific regimen also helps you have a firmer figure and a healthier body. Limit foods that are bad for physiological function. In addition to adding foods that are good for health, Men also need to pay attention to limiting the intake of unhealthy foods into the body. Men who want to last longer in sex need to avoid processed foods and foods high in fat. In particular, stay away from alcohol, stimulants, coffee, cigarettes, etc., because they will reduce good endocrine hormones and reduce the body's resistance. Animal organs and animal fats are also not good for the physiological function of gentlemen. Foods that easily stimulate female hormones such as tofu, Vietnamese coriander, etc. are also foods that you need to stay away from. How to last longer in sex? Get enough sleep. The habit of getting enough sleep is very important for health in particular, and especially for men's sexual ability. If you sleep less than 5 hours a day, you will easily have premature ejaculation due to abnormal secretion of testosterone hormone. If you suffer from insomnia regularly, men will not only have premature ejaculation but also erectile dysfunction, premature menopause, and weak sperm. Therefore, to best protect your body, you should invest more in scientific sleep every day. Use a group of drinks that are good for physiology to have sex for a long time. Few people know that some drinks also help men improve their ability to ejaculate during sex very well. That is why in folk remedies, people often have medicinal wine recipes from geckos, Morinda officinalis, ginseng, Chinese clematis, hawthorn, etc. to support men in that matter. In addition, some natural juices are also very good for physiology that you should use every day, such as celery juice, chives, spinach juice, ground ginseng, etc. In parallel with using natural products, you can also use vitamin and zinc supplements to increase physical strength and vitality. Notes for men who often have premature ejaculation. Premature ejaculation is a disease that makes men extremely headache every time they finish earlier than their partner in lovemaking. However, when learning and applying the above methods of long-lasting sex, you also need to pay attention to some of the following issues. These methods of improving physiology are mostly natural, so you need to do it regularly and correctly to bring long-term effectiveness. If using drugs to increase ejaculation time, men need to note that they should not overuse drugs. They should only be used after consulting with a specialist treating you. You should combine a variety of methods to improve the time of sex to avoid boredom. Do not overuse masturbation because it can cause unfortunate consequences later. If you have pathological premature ejaculation, see a doctor early for thorough treatment. The above methods only help control your symptoms temporarily, but do not cure the disease. There are many ways to prolong sex for men to learn and apply. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages, so you need to consider before choosing. However, you should not overuse these methods and hide the fact that your physiological ability is decreasing. Share with your partner and find a solution soon.
If you find the video useful, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Also, follow Harmonious Heart to wait for other useful information on the topic of sexual health. I will leave links to love products for men, women, and couples below the description, where those who are interested can follow the link.